What's up, Cowboy Nation? Let's get into the details of this. And we're going to play the audio, and we can go back and forth on Sharpe and Skip Bayless and all of those boys. But let's listen to what they have to say about the Dallas Cowboys talking, the players. You know, we got to talk about this.
Still,
Lord have mercy.
he won't say it, but Tom Brady captures everything. Remember when he won the Super Bowl, then he put out everything that somebody like myself had to say in a negative way? He replayed it.
He did.
Coach Belichick pretends like he don't hear anything, but you guys keep saying this, you guys keep saying this.
That's what he said
They
the other
hear
day.
everything.
Yep. Tom Brady hears every word that comes out of Shannon Sharpe's mouth.
He hears every word that comes out of everybody's mouth that says that has something negative to say about him.
Yep.
And I have no problem with that, Skip. But here's the thing that I have a problem with the defensive tackle. Tom Brady has never been mobile. Everybody knows you get pressure in his face, you get him off his spot. That's the way to do it. That's a lot easier said than done.
Okay, but you could.
Yeah, now let's look into the details of everything. Now, Osa was pretty much saying, hey, this is what we got to do. We flush him outside of the pocket. He tends to have a lower passer rating when he's outside of the pocket. Now, could Osa, dare I say, number 97, be more of a shy person or not as loose with his lips? But the question was, hey, how do you intend on stopping Tom Brady? Hey, he's an older quarterback. We got to get him off his marker. Those are facts. Those are not like he was telling everybody that this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to beat him down and tell him, hey, this is daddy coming home. No, he didn't say that. He went over to the situation and saying, these are the plans that I'm going to have to try to put out there. Get him off his marker, create pressure from the interior. Where did he lie at? Yeah, I didn't see any lies.
To the kids you've ever asked on Undisputed, you just asked.
Been able to do it the last 2 years.
Agreed. That comes out of Shannon Sharpe's mouth.
He hears every word that comes out of everybody's mouth that has something negative to say about him.
Yep.
And I have no problem with that, Skip. But here's the thing that I have a problem with the defensive tackle. Tom Brady has never been mobile. Everybody knows you get pressure in his face, you get him off his spot. That's the way to do it. That's a lot easier said than done.
Okay, but you could see the first Eli Super Bowl, and that's what they did.
But Skip,
they had 4 studs in that offense.
Right.
They had Hall of Fame quality across the line, right?
And the Cowboys don't have that.
They do not.
But anyway, Skip, it's a lot easier said. This is like when somebody said, scouts around the league said the league might be catching up with Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Okay, we know Lamar. Force him to pass the football.
Okay.
That's a lot easier said than done. You haven't been able to do it the last 2 years.
Agreed.
We know it, Tom. Tom has never been mobile. You think he's faster now in year 22 than he was in year 5, year 6, year 10? Of course not. It's a lot easier said than done. And Micah Parsons said, we're going to go weapon on weapon. What weapon y'all got? Y'all ain't got no Jalen Ramsey. Y'all don't got no Aaron Donald, no Khalil Mack.
Best question you've ever asked.
Cowboy Nation. We went last season 5 to 6 games without Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory, I'm telling people right now, that Ben is something nice. He's going to squeeze off the edge, and he's going to say, the quarterback was good. Yeah. D-Law, of course, people look at his production, but that's D-Law by himself. There were no interior help. There were no consistency as relates to the interior. So now you got D-Law coming off the edge. This is not going to be a cakewalk. This is not going to be a cakewalk for that Tampa front 5 offensive line. They're going to have to battle this thing all the way out themselves.
Ask on Undisputed, you just asked. What weapons on defense? Because you're talking about defensive weapons, right?
He said we're going to have to go weapon on weapon.
Yes.
I'm looking at y'all defense. I'm like,
weapons?
Where? Who? Doing what?
See who outlasts the other weapon? Really? Which?
But Skip,
Micah could be a weapon, playing his first game as a rookie.
I know you're not surprised by this. You know why? Because they get it from their owner. Because all he does is talk. All this team does is talk. And somehow they think you can talk your way to a championship. You think you're being on Hard Knocks and everybody, you doing all this and that key.
Yeah.
You don't win like that. Guess what? All Tampa do, 100% vaccinated, staff, players,
they said.
everybody.
Yep.
Anyway, all they do is keep their head down.
They do. They
butt
don't
up,
say a word.
Ears open.
Yep. Go
Right.
play. Yep.
That's all they do.
All they did all last year.
Somehow, a guy I've never heard of is talking about, Tom Brady, he's gotten a little older. Okay, we're going to see. Because there have been very few teams over the course of this man's career that can get him off that spot and take advantage of his lack of mobility. Good luck for you Cowboys, because you don't possess a front four that can go get after him like the Rams had, like the Giants had in those Super Bowls. That the Ravens, when they played them in the playoffs. You got to have four without sacrificing your back end. We're going to see all this talking.
Remember what T. Sizzle used to do to Tom Brady?
Yes.
My
you got
man.
to. Had Haloti Nada collapse in the pocket from the inside. We're going to see.
We definitely going to see. And it is good to be down on the Dallas Cowboys team, especially looking at this defense last season and how they had their alignments and assignments and things like that, playing pretty much dropping 4 against 12 personnel, all type of crazy stuff that we were doing from an alignment situation. And that's okay. Look, I come here to tell you guys, whether we win, lose, or draw with the first game, I just want our guys to compete. And if these guys could do that, man, that goes a long way. But one thing I'm not shy of saying, that Parson, he's going to compete, and it's going to feel like it's 2 guys out there. Let me repeat. He's going to compete, and it's going to feel like there's 2 of them out there. You're going to say, man, that's double 11 out there. 4.3 speed. You see it on the field. It translates on the field. Some people got fast speed, and you don't never see it. But this guy, man, Parsons, and he makes everyone better. Don't sleep on Neil. And please, 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 Cowboy Nation, don't sleep on D-Law. Because I know a lot of people going to look at it and be like, oh, he don't get the production. Or you can look at the aspect of Randy Gregory, and you can paint your picture about him. But we coming.
Cowboys, y'all doing a lot of talking, but I'm not surprised.
Okay. I am surprised.
Why?
Because I'm going to blame the coaching staff for this, because these kids are just being full of themselves kids, and they're caught up in Hard Knocks, and we're Dallas Cowboys, and we play for America's team, and we can say whatever the hell we want to say. Because we can back it up.
Okay.
They've done nothing, obviously,
Nothing.
except appear on Hard Knocks. Okay, this was the time for the coaching staff to head this off at the pass. Preemptive strike here to call the team together. This is Mike McCarthy telling the team, we know he can't motivate them for a preseason game, but you need to explain, we're about to play the greatest quarterback ever, and his psyche is such that it's like Michael Jordan's psyche. He's looking for the littlest tidbit to fuel his fire. And it doesn't look like he has a lot of fire in him until you get in the middle of a Super Bowl when Psycho Tom comes out and he's screaming in the face and pointing in the face of Tyrann Mathieu. Remember that?
Yeah.
The back and forth. It was like, what are you doing?
Right.
He was furious. I didn't even know what was said. Michael Irvin said he heard the actual audio of it, and it didn't go over the edge. But you know how Tom gets. He just goes a little nuts because he is a competitive you-know-what.
Right.
And remember, he went down and lit up Honey Badger with AB on the little route in the end zone because I'm going to get you.
Right.
I'm going to get back
Because
at
I think Honey Badger made a play on the play before and said, don't try me. I don't know why you tried. And Tom Brady called the play and said, look, I want you to go right.
You started, I'm going to finish.
Right.
Now, let's look into that situation. I like the Honey Badger. We know that, he was hosed on one of those plays that the aficionados had to jump in, but neither here nor there. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers want a cookie, give it to them. But they didn't have any explosive firepower on the offensive side of the coin. There was a hobbled team, and on top of that, and I know people look at money, Pat Mahomes, and say, hey, man, this money, man, he's going to figure it out. Two tales of two different type of situations as relates to teams. Because when you think of the Dallas Cowboys, if the role was reversed, then toward the latter part of that game, it's supposed to be quote-unquote garbage time. We're supposed to see some numbers increase on the scoring opportunity for the Kansas City Chiefs, but that never happened. They get a pass. But I come here to tell you, we got our weapons in place. Oh, there won't be no situation where we only scoring 9. No, it won't be a situation in a scenario that we only score 6 or something like that. Tampa going to have to continue to keep pressing that gas, regardless. So either this is going to be a low-scoring game for the both, or either it's going to be a high-scoring game for the both. It's not going to be one of this lopsided situation. And Tom, as much as he talk, yes, we can say, yeah, he went back into the face of the honey badger. I just wish he go into the face of D-Law. Totally different type of situation and psyche of a person. I just wish he get into the face of a Keanu O'Neal. Whole different type of situation. Definitely a different type of impact when you get hit from a Neal opposed to the honey badger.
And he went and finished it. You need to explain to the kids that you do not tug on this Superman's cape, because he may not look like Superman, and he may seem like he's 44 years of age. And when you watch him on social media, he seems like the lame, cliched, goofy, sort of corny guy next door, dad next door, right? Mm-hmm. He is not that guy when it comes time to play. And he is looking for the slightest slight. I'm talking about the little bit of piece that you toss in front of him to say, okay, watch this. Because they need to be motivated for a team that clearly it was just a bad team last year, right?
Skip, what you're asking Mike McCarthy to do is that you do that even before this week's practice starts.
What I'm saying.
You go early on and say, look, guys.
You have to see it coming because they have one prayer going to Tampa Bay. I've told you, this is a mismatch because Dak and Zeke played zero football, and to your point, Dak has played zero football. It's almost a year. What? You can't throw them into that fire against that team, which still has something to prove, because some people think it was a little bit of an aberration. Oh, Kansas City's offensive line was a shambles last year in the Super Bowl. That's what you said. A lot of people believe that. So you got lucky, Bucks. Well, watch this, right? The only way to go in there is to go in on your tiptoes. You need to sneak in there without a peek and hope that you can catch them a little bit off guard. Maybe.
Skip, why don't you lean forward just a little bit right there. Go to your room. We'll bring you out to talk more a little later. But here's the situation. The Dallas Cowboys, they are not tiptoeing anywhere. The Dallas Cowboys are so prominent of a team, and everybody want to know who they are, what they're doing. Even the casual fan knows everything about the Dallas Cowboys, the numbers and the things like that, the haters. There will be more haters watching the Dallas Cowboys than the actual Cowboys, other Cowboys fans. But that's okay, too. Let them watch because there's no tiptoeing anywhere. The Dallas Cowboys can sign a gnat, and the gnat can fart, and everybody be writing about it, putting all type of information out there saying this gnat done farted. That's how crazy, and that's how much of an attention the Dallas Cowboys. That's just how it is. So there's no tiptoeing into this situation. Because on the flip side, if Osa or even Parsons or any of those guys said anything less, then it will be you guys talking. The Dallas Cowboys are scared. They are in fear. Because they're going up against a more formidable opponent, the Super Bowl defending champions, dare I say. That's what everybody will be saying. So, damn if you do, damn if you don't. Case in point, on that interview, they got the titling of this particular episode wrong. Micah Parsons didn't call out Tom Brady. He said, hey, I'm keeping all of my attentions, or I'm keeping everything secretly of what I'm planning on doing. On top of that, Osa was the guy, number 97. Pay attention to him on the opening week. He was the one saying, hey, from the interior aspect, we got to knock him off his marker. We got to flush him outside of his pocket because his passing rating goes down, which he wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. These are ways, or those are the things you have to do in order to defeat Tampa Bay. But pay attention. It's not just that. With Tampa Bay, you got to stop the run. See, they run the rock. Number 12 is an illusion of what you think that they're going to do. And then when they catch you and run defense, he like to hit you with that hurry-up offense. It's a cat and mouse type of situation. And he's been around the NFL for a long enough time to dissect defenses. And that's just granted. When you played as long as Tom Brady played, of course, you've seen everything that's available from the defensive side of the coin. But one thing you got to do is knock him off his marker. Make him uncomfortable. Get him off of his pretty much groove. He can bleed. He's not like he's unbeatable. Come on, Cowboy Nation. But I do know that 7 Super Bowl rings go a long way, not a short way. But when you start dissecting those Super Bowls, you realize, okay, there was a philosophy and scheme. It's not just one person. I digress.
Maybe with some different defensive packages. I don't know. You could throw some things at them that they may not be thinking about, and maybe you can come out with a little bit of intensity they're not quite ready for.
Right.
The only way to do this is to lay in the weeds and hope you shock them, surprise attack them.
But here's the problem that they're up against. I guarantee you Tom Brady has a book against Dan Quinn. Now, he played him twice last year, skipping Atlanta. He played him when he was in Seattle.
Did he?
Tom Brady got a book. Peyton Manning used to keep a book on every defensive coordinator.
Well, you got it, and you know this guy's going to keep going.
So you think you're going to come out there and show him something that he hadn't seen? Good luck with that.
And good luck with, I told you, I wanted Patrick Surtain. I'm happy with Micah. But the point is, Anthony Brown is now my starting, whichever way you look at, right cornerback, right? And Trevon Diggs is known to gamble, okay? Well, Tom's up there licking his chops right now thinking, I can do that to him. Because Tom has got, you want to talk about weapons? They are loaded with weapons.
Catch 10 passes.
He well might catch 10.
Because who you got to cover the slot?
Little Jordan Lewis.
Okay, good luck with that one.
He's not bad, but
he ain't AB. He ain't going to be able to with AB.
I got it.
Because all things being equal, AB is his favorite receiver.
Okay, so you don't know this kid. I've watched him closely because he's a third-round pick out of UCLA, Osa Odigizua, okay? And remember the name because I think he's going to be pretty good. I'm not going to say he's going to make a Pro Bowl, but he is a high-motor kid, and he's getting a shot because Neville Gallimore got his elbow hyperextended. He's gone for, who knows, 4 or 6 weeks.
Yes.
Okay, that was the only injury they suffered in the preseason, mainly because they played next to nobody. They didn't play nobody in the preseason except against the Rams in a joint practice scrimmage that you can kind of control. So all of a sudden, the third rounder, Osa, gets a shot, and he is one of those. He's got a little slither to him inside, a little Russell Maryland, but he is high motor, high energy, and he's just disruptive in the middle of the defense.
Will need to be.
He does it on energy and emotion, and all of a sudden,
Pause. Good assessment of Osa, by the way. However, he doesn't do it just on energy and emotions. The guy was a wrestler. He got some techniques in there. There's no, we're going to try to get our hands on him and disengage. No, he's so low. And he slithers right in there. Creases right in there. He's going to play on the outside shoulders of the 3-tech. So he's going to squeeze through the B gap. See, they want to funnel you down inside the A. If you're going to try to shoot through that, that's when your linebackers come down to field. Parsons is no one to sneeze at. Pay attention to when they do those twist stunts. That 4.3 speed is something serious, Cowboy Nation. Oh, and we got Jalen Smith. He's not going to be asked to do anything in coverage. He's pretty good downhill. Impact hitter. As much as people like to throw shade and salt on them, but they're going to formulate a plan to utilize these guys at their best skill set. And just when you get tired of that, we got LVE and also Keanu O'Neal. So I love when people say, well, look what they did when they was playing in Atlanta. I don't think that Atlanta Falcons had the D-Law and Randy Gregory. Excuse me, who were their Parsons? You know? Oh, let's pay attention to everything, Cowboy Nation. Didn't DeMonte KZ have north of 5 to 6 interceptions while he was in Atlanta land? Oh, how do you combat against the safety that's going to cover over the top as well as allowing your underneath DB to be a little bit more aggressive? Or even in the zone situation, you sitting on routes. All of those things can play a major role for this team. But I feel what Undisputed Cowboys are talking about because they haven't seen it before. And rightfully, they can go back and just point at what the Cowboys did in the past. They could point at what Dan Quinn did in the past. But that was the past.
He just blurts out about Tom Brady, any weakness you see? Well, this is like, careful. This is where the coach should have headed it off the pass by saying, hey, you guys, don't take the bait.
Right.
The reporter is going to ask you questions. Just don't take the bait.
Don't take the high road.
Don't fall into the trap. You've been there a million times. You know when you can say something and you know when not to say something.
Right.
And all of a sudden, he just blurts out, he's not very mobile. Okay, we get that, but you don't need to say that.
Right.
He is the unquestioned GOAT of this game, the greatest quarterback ever. And he goes on to say, he's been doing this for 21 years. Dude is a little older, not too mobile. So I'd say that's probably what it is. You can't say that. And then he's talking about getting him off his spot, so we got to be good. Okay, that's just cliche talk that you don't need to push his button with. Mm-hmm. And he concludes that let me get over to this page. He's not too worried about what I'm saying, says Osa. He's obviously going to be aware of it, but he's been doing this for a while. People say this, that, and the third, but he's been doing this for a while. No, you don't get it. Yeah. He's been doing it to people like you because of what you say before games.
Did you not see?
Father Time is undefeated, and it's going to get there one way or another. And I'm not saying that Tom Brady not going to be able to throw the ball and do outlandish Tom Brady type of things. Father Time, you never know. He's going to knock at the door. And on top of that, this season is long. You don't win the Super Bowl in September. No, you don't. But that momentum that you can curate from this game, whether you win, lose, or draw, as long as you can compete, and if you have your players with the right side of mind, speaking with authority, speaking with convictions, hey, that goes a long way. Assertiveness, being out there saying, okay, this is what I'm going to do with that wrestler's mentality. This is no docile mentality. This is no beta male thought track right here. This is what we're going to do, and this is what we're planning on doing. Those are his weaknesses, and we're going to try to exploit it. That's all. That's all. Matter of fact, I wouldn't want my defensive linemen to be shy, to be coy, to be timid, to be scared. I want my defensive linemen, the front four, to be that guy say, we're going to punch him in the mouth. We're going to knock him off his marker. If anything. Let the coaches be the PC people, But the guy that's going to be down there in those trenches, let him be on the mind of the quarterback. Letting him know, I'm coming. Bring it. I'm right here. And we ain't going anywhere. We right here. That's what they supposed to do.
He put together a clip after he won the Super Bowl of everybody that doubted him in the 2020 season, and he had each one what they said. So if he doesn't hear it, guess what?
Yep.
He got people that did hear it, and they're going to get the clip. Remember in Pittsburgh? Oh, we're going to beat them. And guess what he does? They run the flea flicker, he throws a touchdown, and he runs all the way down the field. That was the fastest I've seen Tom Brady run in 21 years.
I agree.
He booked it down the field, got in the guy's face.
Yep.
How you like that?
Got right in his face.
Yes.
Do it to Randy Moss.
But that's the thing. I look, this is not who the Cowboys are. Skip, I've been on TV. The Ravens, we talked. That's what we did. That's who we were. That's not who you are. Because guess what? We had an outstanding defense. I was the only one talking on offense, but I had a defense that could back it up. Anything that I said, good luck getting 10 points that day.
Yep. Okay.
That's not what you are. Guys, you gave it the same.
What are you talking about? The 001 Ravens, 2001 Ravens, or the 2000 Ravens? What the hell the 99, the 98 Ravens were doing? The 97 Ravens were doing? You see, there's a time and place for everything, Cowboy Nation. This may be the time and the place for the Cowboys to start talking, to have some dogs on that team outside of D-Law. He was the only one that talked. And this stuff can be contagious. Matter of fact, if everything goes to damn first game, they got 16 more that they can fix and rebuild on and improve on. It's not the end of the world. I would rather for to have my guys going out there, putting the action out there on the field, yeah. But I also want them to be the intimidator. To also speak with convictions, to decree some stuff around here. Yeah. It took Ray Lewis to get over there to start doing some stuff. Yeah. Then it took Ed Reed. Then it took some more guys. Suggs and all of those boys. It took some people to change the culture. We don't need a bunch of babies out there on the field to help you up after they knock you down. No. We need some dogs out there to let you know that, hey, daddy is home. Take the trash out. Daddy is home. Go take your bath. Go to bed. I'm going to put you down. That is what the Cowboys need to do anyway. We've been not talking for many of years. When only one person talked, and it was D-Law, like I said. And look how that team played the day he started talking. And he said, man, we're going to punch the Saints in the mouth. After that game, yeah, the talking went away. No, I want the talking to continue. And it's going to happen for the 2021 season. We here now.
Think of most points in your franchise history last year. Ain't a whole lot changed now. Okay, you got a different DC, but you still got those same players. We're going to see. I want to see the weapons.
Different players.
Because
man.
I saw the Bucks, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Tom Brady, and Christian Wirfs. They got 4 guys made the top 100. How many Cowboys defensive players made it, Skip?
They don't make you win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
This many.
And all
How
of
many
they
made the top 200? Seriously.
that doesn't mean anything. That's a popularity vote. Shout out to them. They just won the Super Bowl. Oh, excuse me. They do that ratings after the Super Bowl. That wasn't the reason they won the Super Bowl, by the way, Cowboy Nation, and everybody else that's listening.
So, Skip, but him. Skip, I'm trying to think. If Aaron Donald wants to call somebody out, I ain't got no problem. Myles Garrett want to call somebody out. T.J. Watt.
Maybe, yeah.
Jalen Ramsey, take off.
Okay, I got it. Micah Parsons, I think he's going to be very good. He might even go all the way to special.
Yes.
But he's done nothing, and he says they got a pretty good offense. You can't say that to that guy. You can't. They got a pretty good offense. Did you see what they were doing over the last, 6 games last year?
Skip,
pretty good offense.
Let me ask you a question, Skip. When you hear Tom Brady talk, what does he say? Even though you know he lied through his teeth.
Agreed.
He like, they got a nice team. Yeah. They play hard. They got a lot of draft picks. What the hell is that?
So I know terrific Tom. He can say those things. So those boys shouldn't feel jaded a little bit when he said, "Hey, Tom Brady said, oh yeah, the Cowboys just got a lot of draft picks." It's a man's world. I challenge anybody that's listening right now. And if you're a man and you got your own house, you're not finna let no man come in your house. Or you finna visit theirs and talk bad about you. No, if you standing on the ground that you own, especially that. No. No. You're going to protect your house, right? You're going to protect your values. You're going to protect your manhood. So this is what this is all down to, Cowboy Nation. Really appreciate you guys for watching. I thank you guys for tuning in to this episode. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. But I can just tell you guys this. Win, lose, or draw, we Cowboy Nation for life. And all of this stuff back and forward talking about this and that, that's okay. That's cool. We got 60 minutes to play. And those boys, those younger guys, I don't want them to fall into the traps of the minds of being coy, docile. No, be a man. Speak it into in existence. Go out there, play through the echoes. Leverage your words. Play with a sound mind. And understanding that it's a any given Sunday. Don't take your opposition or your opponent lightly. Go through them. And even when you're up, continue to drill. Don't listen to them because they can say, oh, why you didn't rest? No. Because people like them and everybody else that hating for over 20 years, speaking too freely, going against the codes, to let them know who you are. Stand firm in what you're saying and play like it. That's the message from me today. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. Let's not worry about them. We all right.
Are you not entertained?
We all right.
Are you not entertained?
This is Sparta!
We good. We good. Jerry, just tell them one time.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah, we're going to get that. Let's go.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Peace.